All right. Go ahead.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash.
I'll give double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone who taught us His truth, and a sincere Shalom to the elect out there teaching His truth, all honesty and sincerity in these last days. Get Proverbs 1 and 10 over the show. All right? And we're here to prophesy destruction in this place, man. And we're here to teach the word the right way, okay? Because that seems to be a problem amongst a lot of these different Israelites. They're not teaching the word the right way, man. Okay? Go ahead and get that.
This is Proverbs chapter 1, verse 10. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not.
Right, and that's one thing that a lot of these camps teach. Okay? They're just looking for any old person, man. That's not what the scriptures say, man. We're supposed to be looking for the elect and building up the elect. Okay? We've got a lot of these camps that are carrying a worldly spirit in these last days, man. Get well, actually it's in the next page, but keep going.
My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. If they say, come with us, let us wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause.
Right, because really, there's going to be, in these last days, a lot of infiltration in these camps. You know, a lot of guys that are lukewarm in that. And the Lord is going to turn a lot of these guys over, man. A lot of these guys are going to be turned over, man. Just like the scriptures say that the heart of many shall wax cold. Okay, you got to be careful who you let in your circles in these last days, man. Because like the saying goes, everybody's got a price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and everybody, and a lot of these lukewarm guys, okay, they're not, what should I say? They're not seasoned and grounded enough, man. Okay? They're not seasoned and grounded enough. Keep going.
Yeah, and if the scripts warn you that your foes and your enemies should be of your own household, how much more an individual that you just met in the world? Scripts talk about mother and father. I mean, mother against daughter, father against son.
Mm-hmm.
Brother, you might have to go to war with your brothers and your sisters. Your mother or your father might throw you under the bus and give you up to Esau, Edom. So imagine somebody that you just met in the world.
Because we're living in the time where Satan is going to start really throwing shit at brothers, man. And you're going to have to make the wise choices. Okay? In fact, go to Proverbs 2 and 10. Because I want to get into wisdom.
This is Proverbs chapter 2, verse 10. When wisdom entereth into thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee.
Right, discretion shall preserve thee, man. So all these people that don't have the wisdom, you know, you may be trying to get them to see the truth in that. All right, if they don't get it, then you need to know to keep them at a distance, man. Okay, you need to practice discretion, because people like that are giving aside to Satan if they can't see what the hell is going on, man. Okay? Now, I know that we all have, you know, acquaintances and so on and so forth, but you all get what I'm saying, man. Okay? Keep going.
And there's people that still love this world. So they don't want to hear you say America go be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to hear you say there's going to be famines and plagues and great death. They don't want to hear you say that this entire kingdom and society is going to come to an end. They don't want to hear that, because that puts a damper on their thoughts. That puts a damper on their plans, because they want to
Further themselves.
Yeah, they want to further themselves in the society. They want to live their best life here. They want to be comfortable. They want to live to die at old, ripe age. They want to have grandchildren and etc. You know, they want to retire. They want to get a house. They don't want to hear you say that this place is going down. So that could cause hatred towards you, and they'll want something bad to happen to you. So
and it could get you put in a situation or two.
yeah.
Okay. In fact, read that again, man. We could read that verse like 10 times. So I was reading that the other day, and it caught my eye. I was like, wow, that's a deep scripture, you know. And it goes all the way down to, I think, the 14th verse.
Yeah.
But go ahead, bro.
Discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee.
Mm-hmm.
To deliver thee from the way of the evil man.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what a lot of these people are into, man. They're into the ways of the evil man. Okay, Esau, Edom. You know, they don't have their loyalty. That's where their loyalty lies, man. So you can't trust anybody who has loyalty towards Esau and Edom. And we understand that, yes, the Most High could put the Spirit on them to help you out in certain situations. Okay, but this shit where a lot of these camps will have somebody come up for 2 weeks and then they're fucking on the other line. That shit gotta stop, man. That shit gotta stop.
Yeah, them agents, they could be enemies. You letting enemies in.
Mm-hmm. And then they cause schisms in the body. Okay, and we don't need that. And really, the bottom line is that we're entering the time of serious prophecy kicking off. Okay, and that's part of the prophecy too. You know, go ahead.
From the man that speaketh forward things, who leave the paths of uprightness, to walk in the ways of darkness.
Right, to walk in the ways of darkness. Okay, which is the ways of this world, really. You know, you got that movie, Sound of Freedom, just came out. I know we were just talking about this in the truck, but you know, I was watching some clips, and you got a lot of people that are, you know, saying, "Oh yeah, this is great. Everybody should go see it." And you got the few fucking scoffers saying that we're a bunch of crazy people for thinking that that shit's true when it's based off a true story, man. People like that have no business, man, being anywhere near the fold, or even being in your life, really. Okay, because the Lord is looking for those that are what, like-minded, like us. Okay, and the scriptures say that in a malicious soul, slack you, there's a lot of bugs. In a malicious soul shall wisdom not enter. Okay, so they're really in the congregation of the dead, and the Lord is creating separation in these last days. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Who rejoice to do evil and delight in the forwardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths.
You have people who believe that they're Israelites who may have a cousin who's one of the alphabet people, and they just can't put that aside. You know, they just can't put that love for their cousin that they grew up with, or their brother or sister or whatever, aside. Okay? Lord don't want people like that, man. You're either all in or you're not. You know? Keep going.
I got some towards that too. Whose ways are crooked, and they forward in their paths, to deliver thee from the strange woman.
From the strange woman, those wicked philosophies, man. The scriptures say in Revelation, the 14th chapter, man, that the elect is going to be like virgins. Okay? Meaning that what? They have a pure mind towards the truth. They're not corrupted. They're not all dabbled and tangled in a whole bunch of shit, man. You know? Really, we should be living we should be simple in these last days, man. Just push the truth. You know, pay your bills, take care of your own. And that's pretty much it. You know? Have a hobby to get you through. Is there more in there?
No, that's pretty much it.
I'll get this real quick. It's the book of John, chapter 15, verses 19. You know, going back into what you were saying, how, you know, people don't want to hear the truth. People are going to come up against us. This is the book of John, chapter 15, verses 19. If you are of the world will love his own.
Right, and the ways of the world are what? That strange woman that flattereth with her lips, like we read in the last scripture, man. Slack it, man. These bugs are fucking getting in my eyes and shit.
If you were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
Mm-hmm. Right, and when you're of the world, man. Okay? Slacky, man. These fucking bugs are really getting in my eyes and shit.
They're bothering y'all?
Yeah. It's alright though. It's just chastisement. But yeah, read that again.
It's the book of John, chapter 15, verses 19. If ye were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I've chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you.
Right, therefore the world hateth you, meaning that what? We don't belong.
Yeah, we put off the wicked ways and the thoughts of this world.
And that sits uncomfortable with a lot of people, man. But you have a lot of these camps that are embracing that. Okay? But so as the shepherd, so will be his flock. Let me get there.
And I couldn't find the exact article I had seen, but churches and religions will soon have to accommodate for the alphabet people. So certain scriptures not gonna be able to be brought out, like the scriptures in Leviticus.
But they don't bring those scriptures out anyway.
They don't bring them out anyway. But a time is coming to where they not gonna be allowed to bring out certain scriptures. They're not gonna be allowed to say certain things that goes against the alphabet people.
And that proves that the churches don't have the truth. If they're gonna allow them to walk into their doors and be amongst them, that proves you don't have the truth, because you're supposed to rebuke those type of people. You got more?
Yeah, I got more. Remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. Because our Lord Yahweh Shai, he was persecuted. He was accused of things that he didn't do.
Yeah, and in this world, since the Lord told us he chose us out of this world and this society, you know, you're going to go through persecution. You're going to catch hell. Now, if you wicked, if you notice a lot of people that do wickedness, you know, they prosper in this society. You know, they got money. They may have nice things, you know. But, you know, you being a righteous man in this society, you know, sometimes the Lord will bring you low to make you suffer, because the scriptures speak about a kingdom that we're going to receive. You know? So yeah, we might have to suffer on this side, but ultimately the Lord is going to give us that kingdom, which is way better. So it's kind of like suffering for a little season, but then receiving a great reward, you know? Because you may look at people that's doing wickedness and you like, damn, how they got this? He be committing adultery, but he got a nice car, a nice house. Got the women. I'm doing all these things. I'm serving the Lord. How come I'm struggling? Because there's a greater reward that's coming. You know, for the men that's serving the Lord. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verses 10. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake.
Yeah, they might call you crazy, and we dealt with that, you know, 10 years ago, 10, 12 years ago. When we first came in the truth, you had men and women speaking evil of you, saying you had on dresses, teaching the Bible, all types of, you know, wickedness, you know, but that was all for the sake of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. You know, and those people, if they don't repent, they're going to be destroyed. Go ahead.
Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. And that goes back into believing something that you don't see. For great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you.
Yep. The prophets were persecuted. Look how some of them were killed. Those were grievous deaths. How some of the prophets went out.
If you look it up, all the disciples had grievous deaths. All the apostles had grievous deaths, except for John the Revelator, and shit, he died in prison.
So really what we're going through is light work.
Yeah.
But we are enemies of this world.
Yeah, we may face more of like a media persecution, or some brothers may die certain ways. We don't know, but we know that Esau's definitely gonna use his media to persecute us, make you look bad.
It's technology too.
It's technology, because that technology could be used to make you look like a straight fucking terrorist or criminal.
And every brother, especially if you're on the front lines, okay, you need to meditate about the possibility of you having to be a martyr for Yahweh Shai, okay? Because there's going to be some brothers that are going to be martyrs, man. And you have to be willing to really say in your mind and have the faith to be able to actually go through that, okay? Because one thing to say, oh yeah, I could be a martyr, and then when they got some hot iron stuck to your damn skin and it's melting your flesh and you're screaming and hollering, then that could be, you know, that's a whole different thing. Okay. Is there more in what you got? All right. This is 2 Ezra 2:37. Oh, receive the gift that is given you, and be glad, giving thanks unto him that hath led you to the heavenly kingdom. Arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which are departed from the shadow of the world, and have received glorious garments of the Lord. And those garments represent what? The righteousness. Okay? It's not talking about dressing up like a Hebrew Israelite superhero. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Lord. The number of thy children, whom thou longest for, is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Lord, that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed. I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, you know, resonating with what? The great multitude. And they all praise the Lord with songs. And there was 144,000 really that was singing the correct song. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he crowns.
Yeah, that was Yahweh Shai. That's Yahweh Shai physically crowning the elect, you know, giving them crowns. Go ahead.
And was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So this is a prophecy in the Apocrypha, which a lot of people would say is not canonical, okay? Coming forth of Yahweh Shai, okay? So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High. Now are they crowned and receive palms.
But that's why we used to get on people who, you know, spoke negatively about the name or said that the name didn't matter. You know, this prophecy says that these men confess the name, which is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. You know, the same name that we're going to use to be called on to be saved in that time, you know. So these men confess the name. Go ahead.
Then said I unto the angel, What young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, It is the Son of the Most High. I'm going to read it the right way. It is the Son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world.
Yeah, who we have confessed in the world. How have we confessed? By going out on the highways and the byways, teaching and exalting Yahweh Shai, and letting the world know that he's coming back to reign in righteousness, that he's coming back to save his elect of the nation of Israel, everybody, but that he's only coming back to save the elect. And that's another reason why this world hates this message, because they call it, oh, that's racist. Well, it is racist technically, because Yahweh Shai is for his race, you know?
And the Lord wants his name declared throughout the whole earth. You think about the story of Moses and the flood, you know, that's still talked about to this day, okay? That's still talked about to this day. In the Exodus of Egypt.
And this is going to be a new Exodus, but this Exodus is going to be in a more spectacular fashion. This is going to outdo the old Exodus. We're going to be beamed up in the chariots of Yasher Allah and the ships. and at the same time, missiles are gonna be flying, destroying this place.
Ain't no other bullshit books out there. You know, ain't none of their stories common knowledge. I mean, you have Muhammad, but nobody really knows that story. They just know his fucking name.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's garbage.
Yeah, the Bible is the most
Bullshit.
loved and hated book on the planet. The most talked about book on the planet.
Controversial, because that's how the Lord likes it, man. He loves controversy. He's the king of controversy. Continuing on. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord.
Yeah, we defend that name with our honor, man. We defend that name. If anybody scoffs at it, we get upset. You know, then we got to do a video on it. You know, to clarify it. You know, because the one time you had people saying that the name of the Lord is not Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, it's Ahaya and Yeshaya. Then the one dude, Ayathun, said you could call him Yo Play Yogurt back in the day.
No respect.
You know? So yeah, we defend that name with great honor. Go ahead.
But I'll tell you what, man. If y'all wives called you a different name, you would get fucking ticked off. Called you a name of another man. You would think that she was running around playing the harlot. How much more so the heavenly power, okay? Who made your mind and your whole thoughts, man.
You'll hear somebody in the world say, put some respect on my name.
That's right.
Or they'll say, keep my name out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things. And that's what we do. Okay? Get Ezekiel, I think it's the 3rd chapter. It might be in the 2nd chapter. How great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. Okay, and that's the end of the chapter, man. All right, because that's really what we're supposed to be doing, is telling our people. Okay? Scriptures say what? Speak into the ears of my people prophecy. Okay? And tell them the signs that are coming. And we sound like a broken record, but that's what we're supposed to sound like.
You got it?
Mark chapter 3, 2, 1, 3, 1.
Yeah.
This book of Ezekiel chapter 3, verses 1. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll and go speak unto the house of Israel.
And that roll is talking about eating what? The scriptures, man. Digesting them, getting the proper understanding. Okay, and then going out and speaking.
Yeah, the
Okay.
scriptures say, with all thy getting, get understanding. And
And
a lot of people say, I read the Bible, but they don't know shit.
Right.
You know, I read it.
A lot of these Christians go to church for 20, 30 years, and they don't even have the basics down. They're on that love of Jesus, brother bullshit. I was thinking about that last night. I said, that's all that they know how to do is just say the love of Jesus, man.
They was riding in that damn church van all their life.
Remember the Catholic dude we talked to recently? He ain't even know the fucking really know the story of Noah.
Yeah.
How many people made it on the ark, and there was simple questions he ain't know.
And then they be breaking the law all the time. They don't even know because they never read the law. You know? Go ahead.
So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thou bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it, and it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness.
Yeah, that's right, because this truth is sweet.
Yeah, especially when you first get it. It's sweet. You want to tell everybody. You know, it's exciting. You find out you're an Israelite. The Most High, you know, just begins to start dealing with you. You're very, you know, you're in an energetic spirit. It's sweet when you first get it. You know, you learn the name. You start learning some scriptures. You may start being able to speak. So you get like a new, you know, a new battery in your back, man. Go ahead.
You have a whole new vision about everything.
Yeah.
Whole new understanding of how everything works, man. Why everything is the way it is. Like before I came in this truth, you know, I was like a conspiracy theorist. I was into, you know, reading up on the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. And then when I came into the truth, you know, because I thought that them kikes were the How could these be God's chosen people when they're so wicked? You know, when they're so evil? And then you come to the truth and you realize that, hey, they really are the fucking devil. They were put here to be the devil.
It connects.
It made too much sense.
It connects.
And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee into the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. For thou art not sent to a people of strange speech and of a high language, but to the house of Israel. And that's how you know that's our people.
Yeah, because Jake, in scripture speak about Jake being hard-hearted and wicked, wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Like a nigga could tell you how many grams is in an ounce, or he could tell you how many pound or, you know, drug-related shit. But if you ask him what type of meat you eat during the Passover, he ain't gonna be able to answer. You know? Or you ask him a simple question. You know, what captivity was Moses raised up in? He ain't gonna know. But he'll tell you so many ounces is in a brick. You know? Or he'll know the lyrics to every song.
Oh man, that's
you know?
That's the worst. They're like a living beatbox, man.
But to know righteousness, they really don't know. And that's why most of our people are going to perish. The scriptures speak about the elect being a small sanctuary.
And Esau does his job very well when he puts out all these songs that are about adultery, about killing one another. Because y'all just repeat that shit. You're uttering that shit, man.
Like the music is catchy, but it's really trash though. Like,
and it's simple.
Like I had a trash song stuck in my head last week, and I was kind of mad because that shit is like doo-doo. It's whack. And I had that shit stuck in my head. I'm walking around fucking singing and shit, but I know it's whack though.
Right.
It's a terrible song,
that's
but it's catchy.
It's Esau, man.
Yeah, it's like a trance.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, why the fuck? Like, nah, I don't like that shit.
Right. It's like you gotta train yourself to like, stop. Like,
yeah,
no.
you know, terrible
Right.
song.
Like that song, I Just Wanna Rock by Lil Uzi Vert. He said, he mentioned hypnosis or hypnotism or whatever.
And that's what a lot of these modern songs are. It's just the same patterns repeating over and over
He
again,
wasn't
man.
even saying nothing in that song.
Whereas,
No.
It's a crazy beat.
when you listen to real musicians, okay, their work is a lot more complex. It doesn't put you in that trance. It actually gets you to think about what you're listening to.
It's just like you going with the beat nodding your head.
Yeah, a lot of them beats be satanic.
Yeah,
they do
beats
something to your
demonic,
spirit.
Yeah, it do, cause it's crazy.
Low
Cause,
vibrations.
The
they
song's
say.
supposed to really have 3 or 4 different parts to it.
Cause I was
Be a
walking
symphony.
yesterday to the store and it was some young Jakes. They had some loud music playing. I'm just walking past, but it really like kind of like, you know, like it was like fucking with me. Like I wanted to get jiggy, you know. I'm just like, damn. I'm just trying to go to the store. Stop my mind. Just trying to go to the store, you know.
And because you know I hang out with, you know, I got people in my family that are musicians and shit, and real musicians look at this modern music like how we look at Christians, man. It's just simple ass little nursery rhyme, a 10-year-old could do it type shit.
Well, it says the daughters of music should be brought low. So that's
You figure they only do 2 to 3 minutes of rhyming, at 3 minutes at the most of rhyming.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verses 6. Not too many people of a strange speech or of a high language, whose words thou canst not understand. Surely had I sent thee to them, but they would not have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel would not hearken unto thee, for they would not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are imputed and hard-headed.
Yeah, like when you read the scriptures, there's certain things that you read and you be like, that's a nigga right there. You know, like he did that. Oh, that's a nigga. In today's world, that'll be it. Like, you know,
Right.
that's how you know that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the true children of Israel. You know,
Hey,
the ones that are scattered abroad.
There was a guy when we first came in the truth. You know, we were kicking the truth to him and that. He ended up getting a tattoo of the Most High's name
I
on
know
his
you're
back.
talking about, yeah.
And I seen his mother the other day, and she's like, "Oh, Nixon, and I said, "I don't care." I said, "I don't care," and she looked at me like I was being rude to her. Like, no, he ain't continuing on with nothing. You
And
know?
that's the problem. That's the problem right there. A lot of, you know, not to get off topic, but me and Gabar was together the other night, and we seen a dude that fell out the truth. Well, the first time we seen the nigga, he had a blunt in his ear. And I didn't see the blunt, so I saluted him and shit. And then when me and him sat down, I said, yo, that nigga saluted me with a fucking blunt in his ear. And he, you know, we knew he fell out already. So then we seen him another night, and it's like he be rushing to see us, like he breaking through, like, you know. And then I was like, yo, man, you salute. I ain't even shake his hand. I said, yo, you, cause I said on camera many times, we gonna stop speaking to y'all niggas, you know. So I had to hold up to that. So he came up, he was like, oh, I was like, hold on, man. I said, yo, the other day I seen you, man, you tried to salute me with a blunt in your ear. I said, that shit is off, bro. Told him just like that. I said, that's off, man. He was like, well, yeah, that's why I don't teach no more. I said, yeah, that's off though, man. I left it at that.
And a lot of these guys, they fell out years ago and they still act like they're still in the truth.
Yeah.
That's even more, that even vexes me even more, man. Like, you ain't done shit in fucking like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fucking years, and you still act like us.
Yeah.
Bullshit, fake ass motherfuckers, man. Pissed me off. Slack you.
And you don't have to be buddy with these dudes, man. You could just go the other way.
I mean, you ain't got to be mean to them either.
You know, deal with them with a long stick.
Should treat them like they're extras in the movie.
Well, I'm done shaking hands. That's just me. That's just me. I'm not shaking hands. I give you a nod. I'm not shaking your hand. I'm not giving you the. I'm not doing that. Nah. I might give you a fist bump or a head nod.
They say don't. It's in the script. Don't give them guys.
Or what up? Not even a shalom these days.
Or I might act like I don't see you. I might see you. I might act like I don't see you. Cause I'm at this point, you know, the men that's out here actually plowing and putting the work, those are the ones that deserve to be saluted. Not some nigga that stopped teaching and he's all in the world fucking doing some bullshit.
Right.
But he wanna salute you. You don't deserve a salute.
Actually, let me go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
You shouldn't even be
It's kind of
happy to see us. You should be ashamed to see us.
Right,
Yeah.
you should.
No, go ahead.
It says, behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. You ever just be around some jakes, they just, you know,
Mean mug you
yeah,
and
just
shit.
mean mug you, just the spirit. They, you know, but that's the spirit though.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what it says. Righteousness against wickedness.
As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house.
Yeah, they looking at you funny because you may have said something around them like, I don't really care for the alphabet people. They look at you like, well, what's wrong with him? You know? Or we all done been around somebody, I don't eat pork, right? Oh, I've been eating it for 30 years. It ain't never did nothing to me. Now they looking at you funny because you don't want to eat some fucking swine.
Right. And that's why your blood pressure's high and you're a
You know?
fucking idiot. Just like I seen some woman in the store the other day. I was buying a bottle of water. What's wrong with the tap? It's free. Well, that's why you're a fucking idiot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you was paying attention, they just fucking let it be known that
it is right.
half the country tap water is contaminated with forever chemicals and lead and shit that fuck with people hormones.
Yep.
Oh, that's a spirit because I just got that shit in the
It's bad
The
enough
other
we
day.
got to shower with the
Filter.
shit.
Yeah.
Because your shower water is the same, it's tap.
Yeah,
So
you-
it's bad enough we got to shower with it. And when you shower, your pores open up.
You bathing in poison.
So what the fuck we want to shower and drink the shit too?
and you clean with it. I guarantee you,
Yeah.
there's some residue being left on your pots.
You
and
gotta
pans
wash
and
your
plates.
dishes with it. So damn, can we at least try to escape the shit some way?
Right.
Can we try to feel good about
right,
ourselves? You know, leave us alone.
Yeah,
Damn, we don't
can-
want no tap.
Yeah, can we at least limit the poison?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bad enough we gotta do everything else with the shit.
it's even
know?
raining
It's
poison.
just
on
because
us.
we trying to live. We trying to really, you know,
Self-preservation.
yeah.
Fuck.
They just don't give a
They
fuck.
just let it
But
be mad.
we care a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, we care a little bit.
You actually have some kind of love for your body.
Right.
We like our mind being nice and sharp because really that's what it's about. It's about destroying your mind, calcifying your pineal gland, making it so your brain, your different cortexes and your brain don't work as well together.
Yeah, if we at the house and you got a seafood broil, we ain't gonna eat it. They go, what? You don't eat crab. You don't want shrimp. You know? Nah, I'm good. You know?
And then you have people who be cooking pork ribs or them swine hot dogs. then they'll have the burgers right next to it on the
Right.
same grill. It's all savoring together. Oh, why don't you have a burger? Nah.
Oh.
Nah.
Or I hate when they do this. They bring you some pizza and they'd say, just take the pepperonis off. Hell
How about I take the skin off your fucking face? That's really what you should be doing. I know it's a little graphic,
But
but
it's been cooked out. It's been cooked all on there.
like the nerve of some of
The
you people,
grease,
man.
It's all of that.
yeah.
Get you a burger with bacon on it. Just take the bacon off. But the bacon grease still all over the burger.
How about you take a big enough bite to where you choke right there on the spot? That's really what you feel like telling these people, man. Even if you care about them.
That was it. It don't matter. Go ahead.
It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verses 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman to the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word of my mouth and give them warning for me.
And there's so much that's been going on. I mean, we could give warnings every day. We can give every day there's something new that's worthy of giving warning. And that's why you really don't have no excuse to not teach.
We could be in the middle of doing a video and we'll get a notification of something crazy going on.
Especially from that one app, End Time Headlines, that shit be on fire.
Don't stop.
That shit, they be on shit, you know? And from what we know, that's a reliable source, you know? I'll be like, damn, there's a lot of things going on. So we're giving the warning, blowing the trumpet. Shall the trumpet be blown in the city and the people be not afraid? You know? Go ahead.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his way, to save his life.
Because right now, that's what we're doing. We're trying to fish and save the elect. Let you know that you know, you could be delivered if you repent to the Lord. You could save your life. You know, you could not be missile food. You can come under the fetters of Yahweh Shai. I wonder if they gotta have a permit. Go ahead.
Right.
The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thy hand.
Yeah, you don't want blood to be on your hands, man, at the end of the day. You know, when Yahweh Shai comes, you want to be able to say, I wiped my hands clean. I did what I had to do. I gave warning. I was the best servant I could be. Now it's up to the Lord. You know? Go ahead.
Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, which is mostly what Israel doing,
Yeah, yo, don't eat that. Don't, just simple, like we always speak about the simple laws. Like, don't get tats. Don't get your hair lined up. Watch what you eat. Don't commit adultery.
Leave that man girlfriend alone and
Yeah.
the nigga be like, shit, they'll do it to mine.
Or another thing is a girl might have a dude, and then you might have a girl, and you be like, well, shit, we got the same situation, so it's a go. No, it's not, nigga. You know, stay away from women who's dealing with a man. It's that simple.
Oh, if I could add real quick, because I just took New York State changed their laws on sexual harassment this year. Now it's considered sexual harassment to ask a woman if she has a man at your job.
And that's
Even
wicked.
outside of the workplace, you're not allowed to ask a coworker if they're attached to someone.
That's wicked.
That is wicked as fuck.
Because
Man.
me personally, I need to know.
Right here.
I need to know what's going on. So I'm asking questions. You got a man?
Even if you aren't approaching them, just the whole conversation changes. If you know a woman's got a man or not, man.
Yeah, because
You keep
a
it
righteous
just
man not gonna want to
100%
deal with
business.
him.
Yeah, you keep it 100% business.
You know, a righteous man not gonna want to deal with him. You shouldn't. That's adultery.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. But these hoes will have a man and still want to give you some.
Right.
And that's why the scriptures say that the ways of the woman is the ways of death.
The woman to pursue you.
Because they won't care. They don't care.
Got a whole man at the crib, but they pursuing you. That's wicked.
Well, hey, there's men who get shot and stabbed every weekend over these fucking women. Every weekend at the club and get-togethers. I wonder if that plane crashes into one of the kids over there. if that chick's gonna come out and ask if they got a permit, you know, like.
Right.
No, she
on.
not. Go ahead.
yeah, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity.
Mhm.
But thou hast delivered thy soul. Again, when a righteous man do turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, like
You turn from
the
me,
truth,
you go
and
back
now-
into
and
the
now you
world.
smoking weed.
Yeah, you go back into the world, and it's crazy because like we've been seeing, I've been seeing it. You know, not necessarily men that was in Great Millstone, but dudes that call themselves teaching the scriptures. You know, you was out there like you was righteous, but you really was. It's all pretending, man. At the end of the day, no matter what the fuck you going through in this society, society could be weighing on your back. You could be catching all types of fucking hell. At the end of the day, you got to stand your ass up and serve the Lord, no matter what you going through. You might feel like complete shit. You might feel like nothing is going right for you, but you got to understand that's the Lord that's doing it to you anyway, to see how you going to respond. You going to act like a bitch? You going to go back into the world, or you going to keep serving me? And that's how it is. You know, when you getting jacked up, you got to be like, yeah, Lord, I could take that shit. You know, and you keep serving the Lord, man. You eat that shit. As much as He give you to eat, you know, if it's sorrow and torment, you got to eat it, man. And then once He know that you can go through it, He gonna turn it around. You're gonna be good again. That's how you got to be, man. Go ahead. You can't. Oh, this shit too hard, man. I'm just gonna go take the easy route. Nah, you can't be like that.
Yahweh Shai said,
Straight gates.
Yeah.
my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
A lot
Okay.
of times the Lord will just jack you up. It'll just be your season to get jacked up. This is your time. Here, you got to eat this real quick, and then He'll get you back right.
Because think about the stories we read about the ancient prophets and that, man. That's really not compared to what we're going
Yeah.
through. You know, I know at a time it is going to get extreme, but
And it's just chastisement. It means He's dealing with you. He's gonna make things hard for you. You're gonna catch hell from different angles. It's okay. It's fine. Go ahead, bro.
And I lay a stumbling block before him. I'm gonna start over. In the book of Ezekiel chapter 3, verses 20. Again, when a righteous man doeth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sins, and his righteousness which he have done shall not be remembered.
Shall not be remembered. It ain't gonna follow you. Only way your righteousness follows you is if you die a righteous man. You know, then your righteousness will follow you. Oh, he perished, but he was still in the truth. He was still kicking. Your righteousness gonna follow you. The Lord's gonna count that. He gonna give you that extra credit.
hey, a lot of times, man, when the Lord gives you rest unto your souls, a lot of times you just die in your sleep. That's really the easiest way to go about it, man.
I got a precept for that. This is Revelations 14, verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Right, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors and their works do follow them.
The example of that was the ancient of prophets and apostles, the disciples. You know, they all died in the Lord, and they works follow them. They back now in the reincarnation amongst the elect, and those are the ones that's gonna be physically crowned by Yahweh Shai. Those are the ones that's gonna be beamed up in the ships. Those are the ones that's gonna inherit the kingdom. You know, and Yahweh Shai said, "Follow me in the regeneration." You know, that was it. Go ahead.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verses 11. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. Your unrighteousness, wickedness. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still.
Yeah, because eventually you just got to stop. You just got to stop kicking it to certain people, man. You know, certain guys that don't get it. You know, certain guys who don't want to turn from their wickedness. Okay, certain guys who go back into the world once they leave the flock. Certain camps out there that are pushing wicked doctrines. Okay, eventually you just got to let the bygones be bygones, man.
That's why the apostles told us to not approach these camps no more. There was a point in time where we would approach the camps and check them on certain things like the name, you know, different aspects of the doctrine where they were going off. But now it's to the point where if they want to teach what they teaching, go ahead, let them teach it.
Get Revelation
You know?
10, I think it's like the last 2 or 3 verses.
I'm right here.
Is it? Because this chapter mirrors Ezekiel 2 and 3 a lot.
This is Revelation chapter 10 and verse 9. It says, "And I went unto the angel and said unto him, Give me the little book.
Right, which is the scriptures.
And he said unto me, Take it and eat it up, and it shall be in thy belly bitter, but it shall be in thy mouth sweet as honey. And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. And he said unto me, Thou must prophesy again before many peoples and nations and tongues and kings."
Right, so just like we were prophesying before, we're back again telling you same guys, the same shit. Thousands of years later, man.
Because the wicked, they reincarnated too.
So that's why we got to let a lot of you just do your thing, okay? And wait for the missile or whatever judgment the Lord has allotted for you, okay? But we do understand that there are sincere brothers amongst y'all, man. Okay, they're just bewitched by your wicked leaders, man. That was the point that I wanted to make on that.
Go on.
This is 2 Peter 3 and 13. "Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness."
Yeah, look at the current state of this world, man. It's really a big shithole. This world is just all out of whack. It's terrible, man. Everywhere you go. You still have some beautiful parts of the earth that's peaceful, but for the most part, the world is soaked in wickedness, man. Unrighteous decrees. So the scriptures say we look for a new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. You know, that's what we're pushing. That's what they won't tell you. They'll tell you we're crazy and that we don't know what we're talking about, but they won't tell you the things that we really push for. You know? What's wrong with saying you want clean food, water, clean air, new bodies? What's wrong with saying that you want your children to be safe? What's wrong with saying that you want the law, statutes, and commandments that's written in the scriptures to be the blueprint to how things are ran?
Hey, what's wrong with seeing a family that's together and in order out in public, right? The kids ain't talking back to the parents. The woman's got herself covered up. She understands that the man is the leader of the unit. What's wrong with seeing that, man? That should bring a smile to your face when you once in a while see something like that.
Yeah. Anything righteous is just no. Anything good, like what was it, for example, Dwight Howard, he had his son, he was pushing him. You know, like, come on, let's go, you can do it, even though he didn't want to do it. And
Don't make him do that.
And he's getting backlash for that.
That's his son. The fuck.
Or something as simple as 50-50. I want to smack bitches when I... Oh, damn. Sorry. Salakia, brothers. 50-50, right? I shouldn't have said that. But 50-50 that's terrible. That's not the way you're supposed to run your household. But in this society, that's the way things are. You know?
Yeah, think of us. But
go back to 1920. It wasn't 50-50.
Even the 50s, it wasn't 50-50.
You know? Yeah, you ain't got to go back that far. Salakia. The man went out and brought the bacon back home, so to speak. You know, the symbolic for the money, right? And the woman stayed home. She enjoyed it. She baked. She took care of the children. And when the man came home, he had a plate. They talked, and they were a family. They may have asked the father how was his day, you know, how was his work day, and then that's how everything was. You know, the man might go into the field and take care of they had cattle or something, but the woman would do womanly things.
And if the kids were acting up with the mother, okay, the father came home and heard that shit, and he was still pissed off from being at work, and he laid down the law amongst the kids, like, no, you're not going to be disrespecting your mother. I'll whoop your ass. You know, you're going to listen to her. He was like the backup. Okay, they worked together as a family unit.
Yeah, the woman would be in the house most of the time. So she would probably deal with more of the children, but the father would ultimately like lay down the law in the house.
Yeah.
You know, but nowadays the father ain't even in the house. You know, or both parents. If it is 2 parents, both of them got to work, because you can't afford. If one person is working, you can't afford nothing.
And it's done by design, man.
Yeah,
Because Esau gets extra tax money, and he gets to push his feminism shit. Oh, we don't need a man. Okay. Meanwhile, the state and the television and the social media raises your children.
And when you watch these videos on the internet, they do these surveys where they go up to women and say, how much does a man have to make to be with you? Oh, he got to make 6 figures. But she working at a fast food restaurant.
Right.
But you talk about but you talk about you and a man that makes 6 figures. You know, you don't deserve that. You know,
A woman and a man take care of them while they save all their coins.
bitch work at Popeyes, but she want a man that makes 6 figures.
Right.
Come on now, what you bring? What do you bring?
Basket.
Chicken baskets to the house. And that's the delusion
don't
of
even
these
know
women.
don't even know how to cook.
Don't even know how to cook.
And I work with a bunch of women. They got to come in and get a cup of sauce or some soup. They don't even know how to use a fucking ladle. Yeah. And then the older women who I work with, they have to come in there and show it to them. Like, what are y'all doing?
Damn, if you can't do nothing, at least be humble.
If you got a woman that could cook, that's like a super plus nowadays. You know?
And really, they should all know how to do that.
Yep.
And then they wonder why they're broke, because they got to eat out twice a fucking day, because they don't even know how to cook simple things.
And really, the only women, like, if you got you a Benjamite, them women could cook, or like an Ephraimite, they could cook because they were taught. But like Judah, she don't want to cook shit. You know?
Yeah, Benjamin and Ephraim still are, you know,
Benjamin and Ephraim, like, they learned, even the men in those, like, Ephraimite men could cook. Benjamite men could cook.
No,
but Judah, like, they just don't, like, nah, like, you want McDonald's?
But then with Ephraim,
like, that's how they come in.
Then with Ephraim and Benjamin, you got to deal with that mouth and that scoring, man.
Yeah. Well, really all the tribes, but as far as like cooking, you know, they have those family traditions. But a lot of the tribes, man, they really don't care to cook.
They don't even want to bring a nigga a plate.
like, damn.
Yep.
Nothing to drink.
Or hey, what happened to the, you know, for you Israelite foreigners out there, what happened to the old Italian women with the big ass fucking wooden spoons that used to use it on the children when they got out of line, man? Having the whole house smell like garlic.
I ran a real quick testimony. I ran into this woman, this older woman, she always comes into my job, and I finally asked her what her nationality was. Her name is Miss Pam, and she's 100% Italian, she said. And she was like, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown, because I said, well, yeah, you Italian. I said, you 100% Italian. I said, you closer to me than you will be closer to a so-called white person. And she was like, let me give you a history lesson, honey. And then she went into Hannibal and shit, right? She's talking about how Hannibal conquered certain parts of Italy, you know? And then she said that he was a big, strong African king.
Yeah, I said Hannibal was a black man.
And he came in there and she was breaking it down and shit. And I said, yeah, I know that history, you know? Showing you how, you know, they really know that they Jakes too. In the spirit.
They used to be classified as that, okay? Because back when the Italians first started really migrating over here, a lot of the Italians in the South were getting lynched. And then the Esau, Edom, was like, wait a minute, we can't be having this because these Italians up north, where most of the mafia was, they got money and they got hitmen. You know, they were trying to prevent, because it was at the point where it was about to be another civil war. It got so bad, man, because those Italians, they'll go down south and they'll stick up for their own, man. So Esau had to start classifying them as white people, man.
Yeah. She was saying how she used to get dark in the summertime and the brothers would go up to her, hey, sister.
Yeah.
And she have to, you know, she would tell them that she wasn't a black woman. She was Italian. But that shows you, you know, that they close too. That's why the scriptures say what? Speaks about the great multitude. My heritage shall be as a speckled bird. But those Italians, you could tell that they Jakes anyway if you got a spiritual eye. Just watch the mafia movies. They move just like Jake. Smooth, in order, quiet, you know. Those are Israelites.
A lot of the great singers were Italians, man.
I'm gonna end it on this. Uh, this is Revelation chapter 7 and verse 4. It says, "And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Out of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Simeon were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Levi were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Issachar were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Zebulun were sealed 12,000. And out of the tribe of Joseph were sealed 12,000. Out of the tribe of Benjamin were sealed 12,000. And after this, and lo, so it goes to what? All the tribes, right? It says, after this, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues. And what proves that that great multitude was Israelites, that great multitude which no man could number, when you go to Hosea the first chapter, I think it's the 10th verse, it says, Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be what? Measured nor numbered. So that's talking about Israelites in the Revelation, the 7th chapter. Whenever it speaks about the nation which cannot be measured nor numbered, that's Israel. Because that's how, that's how the Lord set it up. Because you can't just look at somebody and say that they this nation. They could be an Israelite. So where is the sand of the sea? It says, after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues. And what was in the curse? Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, 64th verse, that we was going to be scattered amongst all nations. So that means you're going to have Israelites amongst all nations. It's that simple. Wherever they were scattered, they're going to have sex. They're going to make seed. That's how it goes.
And nobody ever wants to talk about the other way around, man. You got Oreos going around, man, that are chocolate on the outside.
Yeah, tears.
But white on the inside.
Yep, you got tears.
Because any documentary will tell you that the slave owners used to just pop them black women, man, and just have the kid and throw it amongst the other slaves.
Chicken George. I think Chicken George was a tear. Yeah, and during the time of slavery, when the slave master popped Eve, the baby would come out light-skinned, and it may have the hair of a Negro, because of the mother, But that spirit is an Edomite, so those are known as the tares.
You have these black women singers. It's like, I'm not trying to get too off
good.
topic. You have these black women singers that'll marry these Jewish record executives and have kids with them.
Yeah, and they're tares, and they look like so-called Judah. And after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And all the angels stood around about the throne and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell before their throne on their faces and worshiped Yahweh, saying, saying, Amen. Blessed and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our power forever and ever. Amen. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, What are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? He's talking about the great multitude. And he said unto me, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of the Most High, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them, and they shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more, neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of water. And the Most High shall wipe away all their tears from their eyes. All right, so that's the promise that the Lord gave the 144 and the great multitude. You know, so that's the number that we hope we're amongst, that we're a part of. That's why we do this work. So with that, all right, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, and Kakwadash. All right, double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. And Lord willing, you were edified. With that, shalom.